So good morning, selamat pagi and namaskar. I would like to warmly welcome all of you to the country session of Malaysia at the Invest Karnataka Global Investor Meet 2025. It's an honor for us to have all of you spending your invaluable next hour with us. So I'm Shamila Perumal, the Minister for Economic Affairs and the High Commission of Malaysia in New Delhi. We'll be sharing with you the abundance of business and investment opportunities present between Malaysia and Karnataka. Ladies and gentlemen, the title chosen for this session is "This is Where Global Starts," which resonates deeply with Malaysia's vision of a globally interconnected world. As you can see now, there are the nationalistic agenda is gaining prominence worldwide. So it's more important than ever for us to recognize that global collaboration and cooperation are essential for economic growth and sustainable development. So to start our session today, we will welcome our Datuk Muzaffar Shah Mustafar, High Commissioner of Malaysia to the Republic of India, to present his opening remarks. Datuk, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to everyone. I'm happy to be here in Bangalore, the city of Silicon Valley of India. We are very delighted that we are part of this event. This is a very important event, and we are also very pleased that Malaysia has been also invited as the partner country for this event. It's a very privilege for me to address you during this Malaysia country session. Karnataka, as I mentioned, known as India's Silicon Valley, shares a kindred spirit with Malaysia, a nation striving for technological advancement and innovation. We see immense potential for collaboration between Malaysia and also Karnataka. Malaysia offers a vibrant and dynamic business environment. Our strategic location within ASEAN, coupled with robust infrastructure and a skilled workforce, makes us an attractive destination for investors. We are particularly keen to showcase the opportunities in trade and investment that Malaysia offers and how this aligns perfectly with Karnataka's strength. Karnataka's prowess in IT, technology, and innovation is globally recognized. This complements Malaysia's own focus on this sector. We see significant complementarities, particularly in areas like high-tech industries of artificial intelligence, fintech, and digital services. Imagine the synergy we can create by combining Karnataka's technological innovations with Malaysia's own digital ecosystem and strategic access to the ASEAN market. Our current policies are designed to further enhance our business ecosystem. The new Industrial Master Plan 2030 charts our course towards becoming a high-tech, high-value economy. This is supported by the National Semiconductor Strategy to realize the country's aspiration to become a major global player in technology powered by the semiconductor industry. Simultaneously, our focus on the digital economy is driving innovation and creating new opportunities in generative artificial intelligence, data analytics, and digital trade. Furthermore, Malaysia's current chairmanship of ASEAN provides a unique platform for businesses to tap into the vast Southeast Asian market. Karnataka-based companies can leverage this platform to expand their reach and access new consumers to close to 700 million people. We believe that Karnataka and Malaysia can be powerful partners in driving economic growth and technological advancement. We are eager to explore collaborations in sectors like IT, advanced manufacturing, biotechnology, healthcare, and renewable energy. Let us work together to unlock the immense potential that exists between us. I invite you to engage with our team today. We are here to provide you with detailed information about investment opportunities, incentives, and support services available in Malaysia. We are confident that you will find Malaysia as a rewarding and profitable partner. Thank you for your time and for being here, and I look forward to a fruitful session today. With that, I thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, and welcome to the High Commissioner of Bahrain. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. So just now, it was your session to introduce your country. It's now our turn to introduce our country. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll be giving an overview of Malaysia's economic landscape before we move into the panel discussion. So we do have a panel discussion right after this. And before I go in, let me briefly introduce you to the country that I proudly call home, Malaysia. How many of you have been to Malaysia? Okay, quite a reasonable number, thanks. So, quick fact, we have about 34 million population who mostly live in urban areas. So it's just a part of what India's population is. But what makes Malaysia unique is the multicultural society. We have Malay, Chinese, Indian, and indigenous group making up its main ethnic group. It's also a multilingual country with Malay, English, Mandarin, Tamil, with various indigenous languages spoken by its people. We also have a country with natural beauty, tropical rainforests, mountain islands, beaches, wildlife, and we are recognized as 17th most biodiverse country in the world. On economic front, we have been doing very well. We have been attracting investment and across various sectors and industry. And our trade and investment for the past few years have been achieving record numbers, and similar is the case for tourist arrival. So, some facts about Malaysia. So I have already mentioned about the population and all that. And a fact that I would like to draw your attention to is the trading nation. We have 135.1% of our trade contributes toward GDP. That's a huge number for such a small country. It shows the immense potential that country has with relation to trade. Again, earlier our colleague from Bahrain spoke about free trade agreements. So Malaysia, currently we have 16 free trade agreements with bilateral partners as well as regional. Regional free trade agreement that might be of interest to you will be the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership that has agreement between Malaysia with ASEAN member states and China, Japan, Korea, as well as Australia and New Zealand, as well as Comprehensive Progressive Partnership Agreement that we have with Latin American countries, Mexico and Chile, and Canada. So these are new areas and new countries of growth that our trading partners have been looking at currently, and we could see a spike in the trade between Malaysia and these countries due to our FTA, due to the regional FTA that we signed and we have rectified. That's something that you may want to look into when you're considering Malaysia as your preferred investment or trading destination, all right? And besides that, GDP growth for the third quarter, it was 5.3%. And also for the trade, we had achieved the largest investment in the history of our country since it's being recorded in 2023 with 70 billion. And with third quarter of last year itself, we have already clocked in 62 billion ringgit, 62 billion USD worth of investment. And just a quick overview of Malaysia-India bilateral relations. So we do have prominent countries establish their presence in India, namely Petronas, our national oil and gas company. And we have our Khazanah National, our sovereign wealth fund that have invested in a lot of equity market in India. And on top of that, we have a lot of infrastructure firms that have set up their base here. And for Indian companies, as you can see, Biocon, who's based in Karnataka. They have established their presence outside of Malaysia outside of India in Malaysia. They have a large presence in Johor. And besides that, we have our Reliance Group, Tata Services Group, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, so on and so forth. With regards to trade, our main exports to India are palm and palm oil-based agri-products, E&E, and manufacturing of metal, chemical good. Mainly, we buy petroleum products, and chemical and other agriculture products. So I'll just quickly go through some of the key policies of the current government that might be of interest to you, because these are the key policies that will guide the development of economic, trade, investment, industrial sector in Malaysia from now until 2030. So first and foremost, the foundation of our current policy is Economy Madani. This focuses on restructuring the economy towards becoming more innovative and improving the people's well-being. Ladies and gentlemen, what's the point of us having growth if it's not being trickled down to people? So that's what this Economy Madani is about. It's about raising the ceiling, which is about enhancing the well-being of the most vulnerable group in the society. So we have initiatives to improve the access to quality education, healthcare, strengthening social protection, so on and so forth. At the same time, we want to raise the ceiling. So we want to boost the high-quality economic growth by promoting innovation, attracting investment in the high-growth sectors, and developing skilled workforce. So again, the sectors that we are looking for investors are very niche and very targeted, and this is driven by the new Industrial Master Plan. So under the new Industrial Master Plan, there are 21 sectors that have been identified for growth in the country. So the development goes hand in hand with the industrial development, investment that's being attracted in, the trading, and the products that are being traded. So if you are interested to come into Malaysia, please focus on these 32 sectors, which we are looking at: manufacturing, automotive, aerospace, pharma, digital technology, and AI. And just yesterday, we heard the remarks by the Honorable Chief Minister as well as the other dignitaries that spoke about the Karnataka Industrial Master Plan. So something similar to the Malaysia National Industrial Master Plan. So it's actually complementarity. There are a lot of complementarity that we can look into, and we are more than happy to speak to you, discuss with you how we can actually enhance these sectors. And one particular area I would like to touch, give a very quick view of the ecosystem that's present in Malaysia, is semiconductor. Semiconductor ecosystem, we have been in the sector for the past 50 years and beyond. And Malaysia has a matured semiconductor ecosystem in the northern part of the country, which in Penang State. So some are already nodding their heads, so yes. And what we are looking at, we have been established in the back end of the production, ATMP, and also packaging, manufacturing, so on and so forth. What we are looking at is moving up the value chain. We want to bring in designs. We want to be more compatible and be more build our provenance in designing of the semiconductor, in the fabrication of semiconductor. These are the kind of investors that we are bringing in to ensure that we are strengthening our ecosystem. The ecosystem is already in place. From end to end, we already have all the main players in the semiconductor industry having a base in Malaysia. But we want to build that. We want to enhance and strengthen that. So that's where Karnataka will come into play. We can work together with you. Let's work hand in hand in developing your facilities and then please give us your talents for us to build our ecosystem. This is an element that we can look into on building our collaboration and partnership in the semiconductor industry. Beyond that, there are other areas as well. With regards to electrical and electronics, of course, your defense industry and then your pharmaceutical, biotech, these are something that we can look into. While we are looking at the industrial master plan, we are also mindful of the sustainability agenda and the our target of achieving net zero by 2050. So the emphasis is being placed on environment and climate friendly manufacturing system, ecosystem, as well as trading of sustainable products. And following that, we also have announced on the digital transformation. So we already have a digital economy blueprint, and recently we have set up our National AI Office. And also we have come up with the planning guideline from data center. Just for a point to note, in the first 10 months of 2024, Malaysia has received around USD 32 billion in digital investment, mainly in data center itself. So we have already have investors from all the big names having their presence in Malaysia. But we are very mindful that data centers are water guzzlers, electricity guzzlers. So how are we going to ensure that all these data centers does not bring adverse environmental effect? Hence, the reason we came up with the planning guideline for data center to minimize impact on a resource which is power, water usage, and carbon emission. And with regards to the National AI Office, we are driving investment in the AI sector, and we are promoting AI innovation. We are also fostering collaboration. Certain fund budget has been earmarked for developing our technological digital ecosystem, specifically AI. So if you are interested, we are more than happy to have a conversation with you, see how best we can actually partner and advance our agenda for mutual benefit. And again, just going to few reasons. This is where global starts, and also why you should choose Malaysia as your preferred investment and trade destination. As you can see, we have the ease of doing business. We have our trade and investment officers here today, so they will be discussing about what what the agency's role are in bringing investment into the country and helping businesses that want to trade with Malaysia. And one point that we are very proud of is a business-friendly environment that we have. We have a very business-friendly government, and the stable political ecosystem that we have now. We have talents that can speak English. We have large pool of English-speaking talent. And English is the second language in our education system. So these are very important when you want to have a business and when you want to engage a country. Besides that, we also have the connectivity. Malaysia is the heart of ASEAN, and you can use us as a gateway to ASEAN, a population of 700 million, and we have zero tariff among all the ASEAN member states, as well as the connectivity is enormous, right? And besides that, as I mentioned earlier, the 16 FTAs can give you access to 4 billion of population around the globe. And we also focus on sustainability. This I have already touched earlier. With regards to our incentives, again, there are tailored incentives being made for the specific sectors. And this is something that we can discuss further. As I mentioned, we are the gateway to Asia. And also we have prominent foreign investors. As you can see, we have more than 50 countries that have invested in Malaysia. Large names have invested in Malaysia. So the ecosystem is pretty matured. If you want to get components, if you want to get suppliers, if you want to get SMEs, they are already there to serve you, as well as you can get those kind of products to be exported to India and to be used in your manufacturing industry, as well as your industry as a whole. So again, I think it goes without saying that Malaysia and India, we have natural connection. It's people to people. That's the best connection that we have. And a lot of us have roots from India, and Malaysia has the third largest diaspora, the Indian diaspora. So that itself, we already have the connectivity. So the people, the food, the culture, the similarity that we have will enable you, and it's much easier for you to do business in a country that you are more familiar with. With regards to connectivity, so we have 243 flights weekly between Malaysia and India, and these are connected by Malaysia Airlines, Batik Air, Air Asia, Indigo, Air India, and there's a direct flight from Bengaluru to Kuala Lumpur, and 16 cities are connected. So we also have visa-free regime now. So we have visa-free for Indian travelers from now. It has been there since last year until end of 2026 because of Visit Malaysia year. So all you have to do, just book a flight, get on the plane, fill up the the arrival form, and you can just walk through the customs, all right, and the immigration. So just to quickly go through, we have agencies in India to facilitate investment and trade. So we have the Malaysia Investment Development Authority based in Mumbai, and we have our Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation in Mumbai and Chennai. And we have our tourism office in New Delhi, Mumbai, and Chennai. So these are the offices that we have in India to service you. So with regards to Karnataka specifically, these are some of the areas that we think we would like to do partnership, collaborate with Karnataka. But again, these are not limited to this. Whatever that you have, please speak to us, bring us your idea. We are more than happy to elaborate and expand on the ideas and identify how better we can actually do business and collaborate between us. As mentioned by our High Commissioner earlier, so Malaysia is the chairmanship for ASEAN in 2025. So we have taken the mantle from Laos last year. So it's a huge responsibility. ASEAN is the market that you should be looking at if you have not started looking. It's a 10 member states, zero tariff, almost zero tariff among all these ASEAN member states. Trading is easy. Connectivity is easy. Now we are building the national ASEAN energy power grid. So there's going to be access of energy between all these countries that we are looking at sharing of energy, and we have already started doing that with our neighbor, Singapore. And besides that, digital connectivity, so that's something that Malaysia will be doing in our ASEAN chairmanship. So the connectivity, we are looking at ensuring that all these ASEAN member states have seamless digital connection. So what else are you waiting for now? So create synergy, this is something that we can discuss. If you want to bring your business delegation, if you want to have a virtual networking platform, if you want us to explain further on this and so on and so forth, we are more than happy to do so. So with that, I will leave this slide, and these slides will be shared with whoever is interested. I will leave you with a video before we move into the panel discussion. Yes.
I kept thinking about that day. The day before our life changed forever. The surprise, the charm. After all these years, I thought I knew you. But you're a pack full of surprises, aren't you? I could tell you love the nature. And the nature loves you. I love all the things that you love. The Chile highlands, the seemingly endless white beach. A man of culture, Remember when we had that dinner?
I do. Because that's when I knew I found my eternal love. In the midst of the stunning greenery, you stand out, love. In the sea of amazing treasures, you are the most precious. I genuinely believe we have found our piece of paradise on earth. Because I'm the best version of myself when I'm with you, here.
Malaysia truly Asia.
So do visit Malaysia from now onwards. Don't have to wait until 2026, although that's the designated year for our Visit Malaysia. So now we'll move into the panel discussion. Just give us a few minutes to set up the stage for us to get our panelists on board. Just pull the chair to the middle. Yes. Thank you so much for still being there with us. So now we'll go into the panel discussion. So it's on leveraging on opportunities in Malaysia and Karnataka to develop lasting partnership. So let me call the first panelist for the day, Mr. Suresh Nair, General Manager for India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Nepal, Air Asia Group. So Mr. Suresh Nair was instrumental for setting up the Air Asia Group's operation in India and oversee the flight managed by Air Asia Berhad. I'm not sure if, I hope all of you are aware of Air Asia. Yes? Okay. All right. So this is a proudly Malaysia brand that's need no introduction. And it was founded 2 decades ago, and it has democratized air travel. Now everyone can fly. That's a motto that has become synonym with all of us. Air Asia has technological center here in Bangalore. And Mr. Suresh is managing the operations in India. And he had expanded the operations of Air Asia to 9 cities in just 10 months. And currently managing 170 weekly flights to 16 cities. So sir, thank you for joining our event today. So to kick off the discussion, let me start with the question for you on connectivity between Malaysia and India. So how has the connectivity between India and Malaysia evolved over the years? And specifically about the connection between Kuala Lumpur and Bangalore. Go ahead, sir. It's on, sir.
Thank you very much, Shamla. Thank you for your kind introduction to both AirAsia and to me. I call Bangalore home, so I'm happy to be here and introduce Malaysia to the Bangalore and Karnataka people. We started our operations in India in 2008, and now I am proud to say that we are the largest foreign airline in India in terms of the cities that we serve in India. I would like to make a small correction. We now fly into 18 cities in India and connects Karnataka and Bangalore to 130 cities across Asia Pacific. We position ourselves as an ASEAN carrier, and we fly into more cities in ASEAN than any other carrier, connecting all these 18 cities, one stop over Kuala Lumpur to as far as Sydney, Melbourne, Tokyo, Seoul, you name it, we have it. And as like Shamila said, our tagline is now everyone can fly. We offer our very own affordable fares so that every person in Karnataka, every person in Bangalore can fly on our lovely destinations. I mean, I've seen many people from India go to Langkawi on their honeymoon, and when I saw the video, I was thinking that it is appropriate for Valentine's Day, and each of you can take your wives to Langkawi for a nice holiday. Langkawi, Kota Kinabalu, Penang, many of these places are extremely beautiful and very well connected by AirAsia. AirAsia's Connect with Bangalore started in 2010. And we have always connected both passengers and cargo. I would like to mention for the trade especially that cargo is also part of our business. You can carry parcel from Bangalore and Karnataka to any part of the ASEAN and any part of Asia Pacific on our network. And we have a very smooth passenger as well as cargo operation. Our connectivity through Kuala Lumpur is just 90 minutes connectivity, and you can reach far parts of Asia Pacific on our network. We also, as Shamila said, we established our AirAsia Technology Center in 2017-2018, and we have almost about 130 plus software engineers working out of our technology center here, which develops most of our, if you go into our web, AirAsia Move, AirAsia websites, it's all developed in Bangalore by your own technicians and engineers. We were also, till very recently, the biggest investor from Malaysia into India. We joined, the AirAsia India was a joint venture between AirAsia Malaysia, which is called AirAsia Berhad, and Tata Sons. Now, when they bought Air India, they have merged, they bought the shares of AirAsia Malaysia. And so we were also doing the domestic connections. And AirAsia is a very well-established brand in India. And I'm happy to bring AirAsia to India and to Karnataka to start your people-to-people connect and to increase trade and economic connectivity between both the countries.
Thank you, Mr. Suresh. Just want to touch on the cargo connectivity because again, that's one of the most important element for business consideration. And when the air cargo and the sea freight, there's a very much difference when it comes to the costs. Yeah. So again, what are the key logistical considerations for Indian companies that are looking to do business with Malaysia, and how AirAsia can actually be facilitative when it comes to such area?
I mean, I would like just like to mention Bangalore in particular. See, we have constraints of how many flights we can operate to especially the metro cities. And so, for instance, to Bangalore, we can only fly 4 flights a week. Like though our other carriers, Malaysian Airlines and Batik Air also flies into Bangalore. But these are constraints that there's bilateral rights that we need to operate more flights is extremely important for us. I think that is the main constraint. Of course, we would like to fly into places like Mangalore or Hubli, which I feel is enough, there is enough potential to connect these smaller cities also. And AirAsia has prided itself in connecting the smaller cities in India to the Asia Pacific region. We have an ASEAN agreement between India and the ASEAN region, which allows ASEAN carriers like Malaysian Airlines, AirAsia, Indonesian AirAsia, to fly into 18 cities in India, but none of those 18 cities are in Karnataka. And we can only fly into Bangalore in Karnataka at the moment, but we would love to fly into the smaller cities and connect more of Karnataka to the rest of the world.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I think that's something that we would like to put forth because, again, this is a constraint that not only AirAsia but many of our other service providers are having. The limitation in terms of air traffic rights. So something that we would like to have more discussion and find ways of getting this sorted out to assist and to facilitate the businesses that are looking to do business with Malaysia as well as ASEAN in general. Right? Thank you, sir. So I'll move on to the next panelist. We have Mr. Shazri Hidayat Abu Shukur, the Director for Malaysia Investment Development Authority. Sorry. So the MIDA, we have this role of our agency that is responsible for facilitating investments that's coming into Malaysia. And this is something similar to the single window system, or UMA, that was launched by the Karnataka state yesterday. So we do have something similar, and we have set up the Invest Malaysia Facilitation Center, the one-stop center for investors looking to come into Malaysia and invest in Malaysia, and that's where MIDA's role comes in. So Mr. Shazri is the director for MIDA Mumbai, and he's responsible for facilitation of investment into Malaysia from India, and looks after not only India, but also Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan, among others. And he supports also Malaysian businesses that are looking for partnership and opportunity to come into India. So with that, let me turn to Mr. Shazri for him to share on the role of his agency and what are the support services that MIDA provide to Indian businesses interested in investing in Malaysia. Mr. Shazri.
Thank you very much, Ms. Shamila. My name is Hidayat from the Malaysian Investment Development Authority, looking after the development of manufacturing sector and also manufacturing-related services sectors, such as the warehousing, logistics, IC design, ship repairing, MRO, among others. So, as mentioned by Ms. Shamila, MIDA has been tasked to get investments from overseas and also to help Malaysian companies to invest cross-border. So, the support services that we offer, I think for the benefit of this discussion, maybe I can give you a story of maybe two potential investors. Let's name it company number one, Supreme Semiconductor, undertaking IC design activity. And company number two, we call it Marvel Biotech, doing manufacturing medicines, vaccines, and others. So these two companies, they are interested to explore Malaysia. So the services that we offer is from the pre-investment, the implementation of the project, and also the post-investment period. So what do we offer at the pre-investment? You can come to my office or you can email me to get the overview of the sectors in our country. That is number one. Number two, definitely you want to have a suitable location for you to operate in Malaysia. So you can tell us what are the characteristics, the criteria of the location that you want. How big is it? You want your factory or your office to be located near to certain amenities. You can tell us, we will help you to propose suitable locations, because besides 21 overseas offices that we have globally, we also have 12 state offices in Malaysia that will help to identify the suitable locations for potential investors. And number three, at the pre-investment period, we will tell you how the process of registration will be. Who are the agencies that you have to deal with. Okay, so these are the three main support services at the pre-investment. Now you have decided to come to Malaysia, you have identified the location, you purchase the land, you are building your factories. During the implementation period, you have to deal with the local authorities as well. So if you face any issues with the local authorities, maybe to get business license, to get manufacturing license, or maybe for that company, Marvel Biotech, maybe it has something to do with the processing of the waste. So you need to deal with the Department of Environment in Malaysia. So MIDA's task is to connect you with the right agencies in our country. That means we are helping you during your implementation period, and we have one dedicated office, we call it TRACK. This office is dedicated to help any companies that face any issues during the implementation period to ensure that your investment can be realized within the time frame that you would like it to happen. Okay, after implementation, we go to the post-investment. You have started your commercial activities, and suddenly, maybe along the way, you would like to do expansion or diversification. You need to get some advice, maybe because you face any issues with, maybe you are looking for a business partner in Malaysia. You're looking for potential Malaysian companies to partner with. You can always come back to us. We will give you the guide. We will introduce you to potential companies that you would like to look for. So those are basically the support service that we offer. Pre-investment, during implementation, and also post-investment. So we are actually your business partner along your investment journey to our country and in our country.
Thank you, Mr. Chazri. So, being the investment partner, so what are the type of incentives and incentives, of course, in different formats, as well as type of assistance and facilitations that are being accorded to investors that are interested to come to Malaysia?
Okay, I think the subject of incentive is actually like icing on the cake, because many companies, they come to Malaysia for the ecosystem that we have, for the facilitation that we have, for the location and the facilities that we offer. But to answer the question on incentive, what we can offer is the corporate tax exemption, either partially or full tax exemption. Partially means we can give 70% corporate tax exemption for the period of 5 to 10 years. It depends on the merit of your case, or you would get the full corporate tax exemption for the period of 5 to 10 years. So that depends on the merit of each case, of each project. We do have our promoted list. I think in the presentation just now, there are 22 sectors, targeted sectors under our new industrial master plan. So those are basically the activities or products that are promoted in our country. And if there's any company who would like to come to Malaysia, your eligibility to enjoy the incentive is higher as compared to the other products that are not listed. And besides that, facilitation, as I mentioned, we will support you along the way when you are in Malaysia.
All right, thank you. So I just want to add to that incentive. Besides the incentives that's being offered by MIDA, there's also incentive by the Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation. These are for Malaysian digital status companies. So digital companies that would like to come and invest and also set up your base or do partnership between Malaysia and India. There are different type of incentives that are being tailored depending on the nature of your business and the type of partnership that you're looking at. So if you're interested, please do come and see us, and that will be something that I will be able to connect you with our Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation. And besides that, I think we also have special incentives that are being announced as and when the budget comes. So do look out for budgets, because that's something that you want to look into. And finally, I think one more thing is on the green investment strategy. If you would like to share anything on that before I move to the next panelist. Green investment strategy.
Okay, green investment, it is one of the new areas that Malaysia would like to attract. Green investment is for companies who offer services. Let's say you offer services to do solar installation. You are a company that can do the design of the system. you are a company that produce the solar panel, the complete ecosystem of solar panel, you are able to do that. So those are maybe biomass also, biofuel. Those are the areas of green technology, green energy that we're looking at.
Okay, all right, thank you, Mr. Shazri. So now that we have heard the agency that's present to assist in interested party to venture into Malaysia, let's hear from an Indian investor that have chosen Malaysia as the base in ASEAN. So as an out-of-the-box innovator that have been striving to bring change to the much improved performance of enterprises, Mr. Varma is a talented and accomplished senior IT executive and officer, extensive international background in technology operations, governance, and business management. And he initiated and spearheaded business expansion into Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Japan, and India. He has built SAP nearshore competency in Malaysia. To that, not very familiar with SAP. Even I was not very familiar until I actually met Mr. Varma and I read up on it. So it's a systems application products in data processing. It integrates all data and process of an organization in the unified system. And the company that Mr. Varma has founded, Roboxa Services Private Limited, is an Indian company with presence in Cyberjaya, Malaysia. Roboxa is an enterprise solution provider with a global footprint across APAC and US that focuses on providing innovative, seamless, and functional smart glass solutions spanning across aerospace, MRO, logistics, healthcare, retail, automotive, and public sector. So, sir, with that, could you please share your company's journey in establishing a presence in Malaysia, and what were some of the key factors that influenced you to choose Malaysia as your base?
Thanks, Sharmila. Thanks for a lengthy and nice introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. See, this is a strategic decision which we have taken, to have our parallel competency in Malaysia. So we have a delivery center in Hyderabad, which is global, and now we have a parallel competency. We are closely working with Malaysian government, to build the competency there. So the main reason why we have taken call is, as an Indian IT industry, we are facing a very peculiar scenario since COVID. Majority of the IT companies, what we were doing is, we were known for producing IT, talent. But since COVID, India has, I may not be able to make it so generic, but majority of the companies, they have adopted the concept of zero bench strength policy. So with that, we stopped training people, and then we started buying the talent, existing the talent. So if you look at the usage of the IT before COVID and now, it has become an essential for every single activity in our life, being it is in a professional or industries or in a personal. The IT has become one of the key factor. So and globe is not ready for serving such kind of need at that capacity. So that's where now even in India is short of IT resources. With that, I'm touching back the same point of moonlighting. It has become very common practice in India, particularly in IT industry, which makes us an entrepreneur. We were having a lot of challenges to retain or have the integrity with the clients, global clients, what we are serving so far. So that's where, we were, looking for, that's where, we have opted Malaysia as a second, our competency center. We wanted to build there where, the cost is comparable to India when it comes to the resources. And, we can build multicultural teams, having our delivery center in Malaysia. So where you can attract talent from Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia. Okay, so that makes us to focus more on, getting the opportunities as well as the grab the opportunities from the Southeast Asia market. Okay, so that's one of the strategic reason which we have taken a call. And then subsequently, the Singapore particularly, before COVID, Singapore is very closed market, and it's a hub, I should say, IT hub, I should say, for Southeast Asia. The company was has never been into outsourcing their projects. Now after COVID, they are also open up their, they are offering, they are actually outsourcing their services. And particularly with the immigration policies, what Singapore have, it is very difficult for Indian companies to take the opportunities, from Singapore or any other part of, Southeast Asia precisely. So that's where, we built competency that has become nearshore for Singapore, Indonesia, and Australia and New Zealand also. It has become a nearshore. And subsequently, the time zone is more or like same for these countries. And there is no immigration challenges what we have for the resources who are based out in Malaysia. So that is one of the, strategic decision which we have made. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. So the cross-border mobility of talents among the ASEAN member states is one of the key factors that some of the companies are using Malaysia as a base. Again, we have talents locally, but it's not sufficient to service the companies. Hence, the reason for the cross-border mobility, which is being eased with all the trade agreements that we have in ASEAN. So with that, what are the emerging trends in the Southeast Asia tech sector? And how can Indian companies capitalize on this?
See, Malaysia is, as you rightly mentioned, MDX, Malaysia Digital, trying to be a global digital hub, particularly in Southeast Asia. So with that, they are more focusing on, the transformation of on-premise to cloud, probably, platform migrations, cloud migrations, what they have, and also from the digital transformations and AI. And Gen AI is what, it's a new buzz. And of course, it's basically, this more automating AI to next level is what Gen AI. And, automation. These are the areas where Indian companies are well equipped with the experience. Okay, so we can certainly be part of, driving or being part of your Malaysia, vision. That's where Indian companies can look, to invest in Malaysia in the lines of, cyber security and cloud and integration services is what, which we can, apart from AI and Gen AI, this is what, there's a potential trend which we can see.
All right, and finally, before I move to the next panelist, how about collaboration? Is it better for you to have an entity established on your own, or is it better to collaborate with an existing entity either in Malaysia or any of the ASEAN countries in developing your business further in the tech sector?
Okay, it's very, ease of business in Malaysia. We have did it ourselves, okay? We have not taken any help from any local companies. Okay, it's open for foreigners to have their own foreign-owned company in Malaysia. Okay, and of course, with the existing ecosystem like MDEC, MIDA, MITI, there are the few agencies where we can actually collaborate with them to to take the leverage and to existing ecosystem. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir. So we have heard on the investment portfolio. Let's move to the trade because we do have our trade counselor here. So as I mentioned earlier, trade constitutes about 135% of our GDP. It's huge. It's very important for a small nation like Malaysia to expand our business and our industry and the ecosystem. So Mr. Who is better to talk about it, if not our trade counselor, Mr. Wan Tarmizi. He's based in Matrade, Chennai, and he manages that office, and Karnataka is one of the states that comes under his coverage. Mr. Wan is responsible for assisting Malaysian traders that are looking to penetrate into Indian market and facilitate the access to the market. At the same time, he also assists Indian companies that are looking for partners with matching partners for establishing their presence and also having their export and import business expanded. So with that, can I just turn to Mr. Wan? What type of support does Matrade provide to Indian businesses interested in importing or exporting to Malaysia?
Thank you, Madam Shamila. A very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Wan Ahmad Tarmizi. I'm the Trade Consul at the Consulate General of Malaysia here in Chennai. So basically, my organization back in Malaysia called Matrade, we are part of the Ministry of Investment, Trade, Industry. We are spearheading the trade promotion program for the government of Malaysia. And our main task is actually to promote the Malaysian companies, products and services overseas. So we also help to expand or kickstart the Malaysian companies' export footprint to countries like India. So at the moment, if you are buying from Malaysia, we can offer a full service to you in terms of getting the reliable partners, in terms of getting the market intelligence, and what I think from A to Z, the process of importing from Malaysia, we can help you on that. But since we are actually operating from the the Malaysian taxpayers' money, so it is very important for us to help the Malaysian companies. But at the same note, we also can help the Indian companies. For example, if you are selling to Malaysia, we'll probably can help with the key information of the go-to-market strategy of exporting to Malaysia. For example, which trade fairs that you should be participating, who's the the key business associations, chambers in Malaysia that you should work with in order for you to start expanding your business to Malaysia. And I think cross-border trade, the most important thing is trust. So when you are buying from Malaysia or any countries for that matter, I think you need to know who is your partners. So I think this is where our critical role is very important, because we will give you the most reliable partners that you can work with. So it's actually minimize the process and also help you to mitigate your risk in working with the Malaysian companies. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you. I think just to expand on that, you did mention about connecting with reliable partners and the right source to be importing or exporting from. So what are the type of programs or networking events that Matrade usually organize for interested party to participate? Yeah.
Last year, I remember we had one program here in Bengaluru. I couldn't remember exactly the partners that we had, but it was on the ESDM. So occasionally we do a program here in Bengaluru, but back in Malaysia we have so many programs that you can participate. For example, we have what we call international sourcing program, whereby we host many buyers from all over the world to participate in the major trade fairs in Malaysia. For example, in September, we are going to organize one of the biggest halal exhibition in the world, MIHAS. So we also have a hosted buyer program where you can go there. We host you in Malaysia for 3-4 days. We organize business meetings. There are a couple of other programs that we organize every year, which I think, depending on your sectors, that you can participate. And if there's any program here in Bengaluru, then we can connect with each other for us to let you know whether the program is actually, suitable for your interest or not. Yeah,
thank you. So finally, what are any promoted sectors that we are looking at for trade between Malaysia and India currently? Yeah.
Most of our program is actually based on our strength of our export products and services. For example, we do a lot of FMCG, we do a lot of electrical and electronic products, we do a lot of oleochemicals, machineries, parts and components, for example. And I think, for example, Karnataka, I know that you are quite strong in, Dato' Ambassador mentioned just now that Karnataka is the Silicon Valley of India. And I think it suits well with Malaysia because we have quite a strong ecosystem in ICT and semiconductor, for example, which I think companies in Karnataka can look at. Like for example, I know that companies in Karnataka, they are very strong in IC design, for example, whereby in Malaysia we are quite strong in IC manufacturing, for example, where we can have, you know, complementarity in that sector. So I think we can talk about it depending on whatever interest that you have, but we can always support you here and also in Malaysia with regards to the program. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So with that, I'll just give each panelist 1 minute for the final thoughts before I draw the session to a close. So, sir, we start with you.
I think I have said enough. But anyway, I would like to thank the Invest Karnataka team for inviting us over and making our contribution to make sure that we strengthen the ties between India and Malaysia, and also between Karnataka and Malaysia, to make sure that there is enough people-to-people contact, there is enough trade, there is enough economic movement, and we should smoothen the ties so that it becomes a strong bond. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, firstly, I would like to thank Invest Karnataka, the organizer, for this event, for this opportunity to speak. And I would like to leave you all with one success story, which I love most because I was a part of this story actually. So it is the story of HP. I think you guys know HP. It's a very renowned global company. They entered Malaysia in 1972, if not mistaken, doing semiconductor manufacturing. And then along the way, they have multiple business. One of it is the manufacturing of measuring device. So they divest. A spin-off of that company is Agilent. So HP became Agilent. I think in the 90s, they became Agilent. Agilent was listed in the NYSE. A year after that, they set up Agilent in Malaysia. So again, along the way, in 2012, because they are doing very well in measuring devices, so they divided the electronic measuring devices and also devices for healthcare and all that. So they created a new company they called Keysight Technologies. Okay, so a year after they listed in NYSE, they also opened up their manufacturing and R&D center in Malaysia. So that is a 50 years story along the way. So that is how we can take care of foreign investors and how we can become partners. And you know, we are along the way in your growth. So please consider Malaysia as your investment destination. And we have not just MIDA, but also the other agencies, Malaysian agencies, to help you along the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Invest Karnataka, and thanks, Sharmila, having me here. I'm not promoting Malaysia, okay, but that's my personal experience as an entrepreneur. The challenges what we currently have in IT industry, in terms of managing our salary inflation, okay, iterations, and maintaining the integrity with the clients. So what I found based on my experience is Malaysia is the gateway for to tap the market and also to address the challenges by building a competency center in Malaysia. So you have the resources there who are multi-skilled, multilingual, where Southeast Asia market can be can be captured with the help of those resources available there. So having offshore and parallel competence in Malaysia, we can maintain our cost-effective solutions we can still provide the cost-effective solutions even for US market, Europe market, and Australia, New Zealand, Japan. Okay, and by keeping our the quality of the delivery, we're still retaining the quality of the delivery. So that's my experience. So I'm open if anyone wants to know more about experience in having an entity therein or expanding your services company there in Malaysia. You can feel free to approach me out. Thank you.
So Malaysia is considered as a trade hub within the 700 million population of ASEAN, well-established infrastructure, strategic location, and we've signed many FTAs, free trade agreements to ensure that trading is competitive. So please welcome, and we would like you to come and explore the Malaysia as a trading destination. Thank you, Mr. Minister.
Thank you. So thank you so much to Mr. Suresh, and thank you so much to Mr. Verma for all the kind words that you have been sharing with us, and so to both of my colleagues. So with that, I will open the floor for Q&A. Yes, sir, you have been waiting. Please.
Yeah. It was nice insights from all the panelists. And thanks, Excellency. It's a great meeting, Excellency, also. Ma'am, I am from Value Petro Products. We are the leading lubricant manufacturers in India, having 2 manufacturing facilities, one at Chennai and other one in Mumbai. We take base oil from Petronas sometimes, Petronas also, because base oil is our raw material. We buy from IOC, BPCL and HPCL. Now, my question to Mr. Shajri is that we are exploring the possibility of exporting to your country. You have mentioned that you will give some, some financial credibility to the customers of some preliminary, if you want to see. How can you help us in that? We are very keen to have, after that we are toying with the idea of having some manufacturing facility in Malaysia also. But till then, we can export our products in a very big way. All automobile, because automobile is the main, you have just, in your presentation, you have mentioned. So very keen to export our lubricants, particularly automobile lubricants and this industrial lubricants.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay. To answer quickly, I think if you plan to set up your manufacturing center in Malaysia, you would like to undertake your operation in Malaysia, then we can help you first to identify the suitable location, because I think it's very important for you to be located at a very strategic location, near to your clients, near to your suppliers, near to the ports and all that. So you can tell us what are the criteria that you're looking for. We have very good connection with real estate companies in Malaysia. So we will propose locations that you, in fact, if you want to go and have a visit, we can also help to arrange that. So that is during the pre. So, but maybe you also mentioned about exporting your products before manufacturing. So I think I'll pass to Mr. Wan Tamizi to answer that.
I think for the moment, we don't have any sort of incentive for exporting to Malaysia, but I think we can help to connect you with some of the players that could possibly be interested with your products. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
This is Professor Koka, CEO KNK Renewables. We are trying to put up a project on CNG and hydrogen based on green, that's a crop called natural green habitations. So what is everything very green, and it's called Napier grass. We work on Napier grass and produce CNG and hydrogen. And so we are trying to work with your government. We could try and put up the project there. And so this is, we can sign an MOU, and we have total technology and wherewithal with us right now.
Thank you so much for that. I think first and foremost, we do need to understand what's the project about. Definitely, there are some states in Malaysia that are promoting hydrogen and hydrogen-related products. But I think I'll pass to Shazri.
Okay, maybe I can answer a little bit on that. I would like to add a little bit. There's one chemical company in India. They are working with private universities. They fund a few projects. I'm not sure whether as their CSR, but they are constantly doing that. So I think if you're looking into venturing into Malaysia, then maybe you can start with private universities or the other R&D agencies in our country. How to use the resource that we have to benefit your project.
Yeah, I think we can have, my idea, we can sign an agreement with the Malaysian government and we can work because we have a lot of strength on the technology front, and if the hand-holding is done by Malaysia, we will be too happy to work on.
Yeah, I think we need to know exactly your project, then we will connect you with the right parties in our country. Thank you.
Okay, hi. My name is Satish. I run an international trade platform called Navatize. We are into trade and investment, international trade and investments. You both spoke about connecting the electronics industry. I'm also a secretary relations for an electronics association. How can our ecosystem work with you, especially as you mentioned about the design aspects and the manufacturing aspects, right? We come with an expertise because as an association, I have an access to a lot of design companies as well as the ESG companies, right? So what are the modalities that we can work on? Is there something that we can engage with ecosystems over there, associations over there, or is it one-to-one engagement activities that we can work on?
Yes, we have our Malaysia Semiconductor Industry Association. I think that will be a good start, between Malaysian companies and also with you.
Okay. Good then.
I think that's one. And besides that, there are some private players, Indian private players that have their base in Malaysia that have already started communication and identifying how best this particular agenda can be advanced. So we will be able to connect you with that particular company as well, the private players, as well as with the industry association for us to take this forward.
Good then.
Thank you.
So I'll be working with MIDA or Matrade?
Usually Semicon will be under MIDA.
You come. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, so last question, sir? Oh, later. Okay, sir. All right. So I think with that, I'll just close the session. Before that, please, sir. Yes. Our representative from Invest Karnataka.
Hello. Sorry, myself Manjunath from Invest Karnataka. Very good afternoon to one and all present here. It's a great honor to be here today and a true privilege to host you at the Global Invest Meet. So we are delighted to have Malaysia as a country partner and deeply honored to have you here, sir. His Excellency, Mr. Muzaffar Shah Mustafa, High Commissioner of Malaysia to the Republic of India, Ms. Sharmila Perumal, Minister Economic Affairs, High Commission of Malaysia, New Delhi, and Mr. Azri Abu Qasim, First Secretary, Political High Commission of Malaysia, New Delhi, and Mr. Hidayat Abdul Shukur, Director, Malaysia Investment Development Authority, Consulate General of Malaysia, Mumbai, Mr. Tarmizi Wan Idris, Trade Commissioner, Malaysia External Trade Promotion Corporation, Consulate General of Malaysia, Chennai, and the entire Malaysian company delegations and business leaders to the Global Investors Meet. India and Malaysia share a deep and enduring friendship built on centuries of cultural and economic exchanges. Our formal diplomatic ties date back to 1957, where India was one of the first countries to recognize the Federation of Malaysia. The personal camaraderie between our founding leaders, Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and Mr. Tunku Abdul Rahman Patra, laid the foundation for a strong and a prosperous relationship. Malaysia's leading companies have already played a significant role in India's growth story. We believe Karnataka, with its strong industrial infrastructure, skilled workforce, and progressive policies, is an ideal destination for Malaysian investments in sustainable energy, electric mobility, and digital technology. The relationship between India and Malaysia is not just about commerce. It's about shared aspirations, mutual trust, and a vision for the future. As representatives of Karnataka, we are determined to strengthen this partnership further, foster innovation-driven growth, create new avenues of collaboration in the years to come. Let us continue to build this partnership and unlock new opportunities for prosperity and progress together. Thank you. Thank you all the dignitaries having here such a wonderful, engaging discussion. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the moderation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for that kind words. So finally, just let me finish with the concluding remarks and closing. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the state government of Karnataka for the support and hospitality and also assistance provided to all the entire Malaysian delegation throughout our stay here. It has been really, really warm and hospitable. And thank you also to the organizing team, Invest Karnataka, for assisting our participation in the summit. And our sincere appreciation to the Knowledge Partner for working closely with us in organizing this country session. Finally, to all that present here today and also to our panelists, our sincere gratitude goes out to all of you. And just the final thought, Malaysia is a country that offers many advantages of doing business. The strategic location, stable political system, skilled workforce, competitive tax regime, business-friendly environment. It's also a country that offers many attractions for living, such as high quality of life, low cost of living, vibrant culture, and hospitable and very warm people. You can see that from us. So it's a truly country that has it all. So what are you all waiting for? Come and be part of this global. Thank you, Dhanyawad, terima kasih. Thank you so much. So one photo. Can we just have one? Dato'. Photo, sir.
O leite da mãe é branco. O branco da neve é puro. A pureza da luz é branca. Consciência é o futuro. A mãe purifica.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Wish you a very warm welcome to the Japan country session. Today, we are here to present the future expansion of R&D function of Japanese manufacturing companies. First, we begin with an introduction of activities of Japanese companies in India and JETRO's initiatives. And then we will specifically showcase the R&D activities of three very well-known Japanese companies, namely Pioneer India Electronics, Fujitsu Research of India Private Limited, and Hitachi India. We hope this session is a fruitful and exciting one. To begin with, I first request His Excellency Honorable Mr. Keiichi Ono, the Ambassador of Japan to India and Bhutan, to come up on the podium and deliver the welcome address. Please, Ono-san.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Konnichiwa, namaskara. Nanu Japan Rariabari Keiichi Ono. I'd like to extend my sincere appreciation to the state of Karnataka for inviting me to the Global Investors Meet, Investment Karnataka 2025. It is a great honor for Japan to participate as a partner country following our participation in 2022. Since my arrival in Delhi in late October last year, I have already traveled to 9 states: Maharashtra, Gujarat, Nagaland, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Assam, and Karnataka. And I was struck by the diverse and vibrant local charms of incredible India. I look forward to contributing to further strengthening Japan-India relations. Here, I understand that Karnataka's economic growth from fiscal year 2015 to 24 is estimated to be 11.7%, significantly exceeding the Indian average. Karnataka has achieved high economic growth driven by both the IT and manufacturing sectors, and it received the most FDI among all states in fiscal year 2023. This is my first visit to Bengaluru as the ambassador. I look forward to interacting with many companies, experience the rapid development of the IT industry directly, and fostering future Japan-India cooperation. Esteemed guests, the key to this is investment by the Japanese companies. Currently, there are 528 Japanese company bases in this state. In Bengaluru, renowned Japanese IT and manufacturing companies such as Rakuten, Sony, Fujitsu, Hitachi, and Pioneer have established R&D centers. JETRO Bengaluru is supporting the entry of Japanese startups and facilitating matchmaking between Japanese companies and Indian startups. In manufacturing sector, there are automotive production bases centered around Toyota, as well as high value-added manufacturing industries such as machine tools. Japanese companies are making vigorous investments. Karnataka State is operating the Tumakuru Industrial Park, one of the Japanese industrial parks, and the Japanese companies are contributing to expanding their presence in this industrial park. The expansion of Japanese small and medium enterprises into India remains a future challenge. We today welcome the signing of the MOU between the state of Karnataka and the small and medium enterprises and the regional innovation, SMRJ. Small and medium enterprises and regional innovation, SMRJ, will explain their support measures in the following session. The Embassy of Japan will continue to support the investment of Japanese companies to this state in cooperation with the Consul General of Japan in Bengaluru. Additionally, the Japanese government is providing development cooperation for projects that contribute to strengthening Karnataka's industrial competitiveness and solving urban issues through various ODA projects. These include the construction of the Bengaluru Metro, the development of Bengaluru's water supply and sewerage systems, and the introduction of an advanced traffic information management system in central Bengaluru. The Japanese government is committed to supporting this state's sustainable growth. Ladies and gentlemen, while Japan-India and Japan-Karnataka relations are developing in both political and economic aspects, the key to sustaining bilateral relations in the medium and long term is people-to-people exchanges. We need to significantly advance the expansion of human exchanges between Japan and India. Last August, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Nukaga, visited Bengaluru to meet with IT companies such as Infosys and Wipro to promote Japan-India human resource exchanges. The government of Japan will support this effort. Furthermore, the Japanese government is promoting initiatives to encourage young Indian talents to study in Japan. Karnataka, with its concentration of Japanese-related companies and IT firms, is one of the states in India with a high number of Japanese language learners. 7 higher education institutions offer Japanese language courses, and there are many private Japanese language schools here. We encourage universities in the state to collaborate with Japanese universities and connect with the embassy if they wish to establish academic and student exchanges or Japanese language courses with Japanese universities. We are very happy to support this. Additionally, the number of participants in the TITP, Technical Intern Training Program, and the SSW, Specified Skilled Workers from India, is steadily increasing. And the Japanese feedback has been very, very positive, noting that Indian youth are diligent, cheerful, and enthusiastic. Human resource exchanges between Japan and India is a key to shaping the future and the mutual understanding of both countries. And we look forward to increase in participants from this state. Following this, 3 companies, Pioneer, Fujitsu, and Hitachi, will present their research and development projects in the IT and manufacturing sectors. Please listen to their presentations, and I expect this will lead to further business opportunities for you. In conclusion, I hope that this Investment Karnataka 2025 will lead to increased investment from Japan to Karnataka. ダニャバーダガール、ありがとうございました。
Thank you, Honorable Ambassador Mr. Ono. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Mana Ono from JETRO Bengaluru to present an introduction of Japanese companies' latest activities in Karnataka.
Thank you, Dashimi-san, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. I'm Mana Ono, and I'm from JETRO Bangalore. To begin with, I'll just briefly explain what JETRO stands for. So JETRO is a Japanese trade organization which is under the Ministry of Economics, Trade and Industry. And our mission is to connect Japanese companies with the overseas companies. And in India, we have 5 offices, which is 1 in Delhi, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Bangalore, and Chennai. So I have been here for 2 years, and I have been interacting with multiple Japanese companies who are looking for new establishment or new business operations in India. And I also interact with Japanese companies who are already operating in India, and also Indian companies who are looking for chances to expand in Japan. So today's presentation would be introduction of Japanese companies' latest activities in India, and also I'll talk about Karnataka. So these are the overviews for today. So to begin with, I would like to start from a macro view. And this is from a study which JETRO, Japan Chamber of Commerce, and Japan Chamber of Commerce and Industry India has conducted, which shows Japan's economical connections and activities in India. It is in 4 sections. So in the investment, for example, Japan is India's 5th largest FDI investors, and we accumulate an FDI equity inflow for 2.5 lakhs crores since year 2000. When we look in the infrastructure, there's another field which Japan is supporting, where approximately 50% of total metro tracks in India in the 6 major Tier 1 cities are funded through the JICA, through the Overseas Development Assistance Loan. And also the high-speed rail connections, which connects Mumbai and Ahmedabad, which is going to launch soon, is also used, the Japanese technology is used, and then it will, 88% of the total financing is provided from Japan. This connectivity will improve the reducing travel time to 2 hours, and it will create 9,000 jobs. Moving on to the manufacturing, Japan has funded 45% of India's dedicated freight corridor track length. And then when we look at the skill development, 3.61 lakh jobs were estimated to be created in startups and IT companies in year 2023. When we look at the number of Japanese companies who have been in India, you can see there's a drastic boom from 2013. And then, of course, during the COVID time, it has decreased a little, but then it's constantly growing. And also, as a member of JETRO, who we always get new inquiries from Japanese companies, we feel that a lot of Japanese companies are very interested and very keen in investing in India. So we believe that this number would increase. So now I would like to move on to the business prospects with the Japanese companies who are operating in India. So JETRO conducts a survey to all the Japanese companies who operates overseas, and we would ask them how is their business, what is their business prospect for the few years. And then this is a slide which explains Japanese companies' profit forecast for year 2024 is on the left hand, year 2023 is on the right hand. And as you see, when you see in the total, there's 65 Japanese companies who answer that their business is profitable. In India, we had 301 companies who replied to our survey, saying that 77% of the 301 companies are profitable in India. And then when we compare this with the data from year 2023, it has increased by 7%. And then the reason towards this is that 76.7% said the demand in the local market has expanded. 37.4 companies answered that they have strengthened their sales team. And 22.7% has said that they have improved production efficiency, sales efficiency, and utilizations. And it's not on this slide, but even when we see the operating profit forecast for 2025, 57.9% of the company answered as increase, and 37.5% of the company answered as remains the same. So this slide would explain the next 1 to 2 year business activities. And then when we again see India, out of the 309 companies, 80.3% has answered that they would expand in the upcoming 1 to 2 years. And then 19.1% of the companies said that they will remain the same. So we can see how India is a promising country for Japanese companies, and then the high interest from the Japanese companies here. when we look at the reasons, they have answered that 88.7% is that increase of local market demand. And then 25.5% has answered that increase of export is going to happen. And then high acceptability of high-valued products and services is going to happen from 23% of the companies. So this question was which field, which function would they increase within the next 1 to 2 years? And then the column in the middle is the overall. The next column to the right is from the manufacturing companies. And then the most right column is the non-manufacturing companies. So the sales is the function that would be expanded the most with the 70.3%. But then when we look at the expansions from the manufacturing side, more than the production of the general purpose productions, but then the high value added productions would happen with 54.7 companies answering that they would expand their high value added productions in the coming 1 to 2 years. And then of course in the general purpose production, we still have around half that would expand. And then also when we look at the R&D sectors, there's 8.5 non-manufacturing companies that answer that they would expand their R&D field in the 1 to 2 years. But then when we look at the manufacturing, we had 15.4 companies that has answered that they would establish or they would expand R&D facilities here. So I would like to move on to the overview of Japanese companies' activities in Karnataka. So this is a map, the overall map of all 1,400 companies' location in India. And then 85% are located in the 5 major cities, the Delhi, NCR, Haryana, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. And then when we look at this state, we have 228 companies who are operational here. And then and also we have 537 offices or locations in Bangalore. I mean, in Karnataka, mostly in Bangalore. I would like to go deep into the area-wise. And then starting from the northwest area, we have the Japan Industrial Township in Tumukuru, which is Banansa Narasapura. And then there we have 4 companies as for now. And then also, of course, Piña is the very traditional industrial region, and we have 6 companies operating there. And Dabaspet and Dottaparabura, we have another few 5 to 10 companies there. Moving on to the northeast area, this is the part where a lot of investment is going from the KIDB side too. And also we have Honda, which is two-wheelers and four-wheelers manufacturers. They have a very large two-wheelers factory in Narasapura. And then also those automotive-related companies are around these areas. And also, there are a lot of EU and US-based companies in Whitefield, but then Japanese companies are located more in a different region, which I would explain later, actually in the next slide. So when we look at the southeast area, we have Bidari, and Bidari is where Toyota Kirorosuka is located. And Toyota, obviously, I think everyone might have heard, but it is one of Japan's largest company. So they have brought their suppliers, and all the supply chains are located in the Bidari area. And also Harohari, there are some companies that supplies to Toyota and then supplies around Bangalore region. And the last, the southwest area. Electronic Cities and Jigani, there are few machine tool companies operating there. So let me put more focuses and emphasis on the R&D activities by Japanese companies in India and in Karnataka. So we have a lot of Japanese companies who have their R&D bases here. And this is just one example. If we look into more, there would be more names, but then due to the slide size, I just picked some of it. And so, like, for example, from 2011, like Panasonic and Hitachi, which we would have their presentations later on from Hitachi, they established an R&D center here. And then also Fujitsu, they started operation in 2021, but then they have recently expanded their office, which I think Tsuruta-san might mention later on. And then Pioneer, I forgot to mention here, but then Pioneer is also having their base in Gurgaon and in Bangalore. And then the bottom two companies are the most recent companies that I picked it up from the press release or from the local news. One is Hitachi Construction Machinery. They had a lot of emphasis in yesterday's inauguration because they established their R&D center in Hubli, which is still like a region where not many Japanese companies have done their investment. But then now they're in Hubli, and then they're going to develop a common technology for the construction machineries. And yes, and also all kinds of calculation, simulation, and analysis is going to be done in India for the world. And then Takeda, so this news I saw in 15th of January, which is 1 month before, I guess. And so Takeda is one of the largest Japan's biopharmaceutical company. And they said that they have inaugurated the Innovation Capability Center in the Bhartiya City IT Park in Bangalore. And that they're going to target 750 employees by the end of 2025, which is this year. Okay, the last section will be, I'll just briefly go through and how JETRO, how the Japanese government can support the Indian companies to collaborate and get network with the Japanese companies. We have two large schemes. One is called the J-Bridge. So J-Bridge is an open platform for cross-border innovations. And of course, India is one of our important targeting countries. And the focus field will be digital and green. So digital, you can cover almost everything because everything is getting digitalized. So health, mobility, life science, agri-tech, so and so. And also green is like a very important topic for all over the world. So like renewable energies, hydrogen, smart infrastructure, energy conservations. These kind of the focus field is the main target of J-Bridge. So a lot of Japanese corporates and startups and academia who are looking into collaborating with overseas startups, academia, corporates would be registered here. So as of now, we have 2,668 members, and almost half of it is from the large companies. And then also we support the SMEs, so the 30% is from the SMEs. And then when we look at the portfolio for the overseas companies, 40% is from Asia, 19% is from North America, Europe is 17%. And so there are active business interactions in this portal site called J-Bridge. And then so what can this provide you? So first we have a lot of introduction about the Japanese companies. What are they doing? What kind of interactions they're looking for? What kind of innovations they're looking into, which is called the J-Bridge members. And then once you register, your information will also be communicated to the Japanese companies. So then they can connect you, and vice versa, you can also connect them. And so that's going to be the second point, the meetup services with the J-Bridge members. And we have multiple online and in-person events where you can also meet them. And also we will facilitate one-on-one business meetings. And then my last point, the last services we provide for the Indian companies is the Invest Japan, which is, as the name tells, if you're looking for establishing an office or basis in Japan, we would be the one-stop service. We would provide one-stop services. So this can be split into three. One is the information. So when you decide to come into Japan, you wouldn't know like what kind of entity might be the best, which area might be good, what kind of government or state government support that we have. And so we will give all kind of consultations and also market insights and incorporation, visa, taxation, accounting, human resource management, all the stuff that you need to begin a business will be provided by JETRO. And these will be one-on-one consultation services. And we also have few office spaces in Tokyo, Fukuoka, and some of the main metro cities in Japan. So we would provide the temporary office space. And this would also have a conference room and event space that you can network with the Japanese companies in Japan. And then last will be the networking. We can support you connect with the central government, the local government, business partners, exporters, and also the academias. So through this, we would support you from planning stage to setting up a base, and also once you start off an office or entity, you obviously have to expand, so we would also support in the expanding phase. So thank you very much for listening, and then if you have any questions, please reach out to us. Our email is here, and then you can get more information on the service I have explained through this QR code. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ono-san. Now moving on to the Research and Development Showcase, I would request Mr. Manish Pasan, VP and Head of India Product Innovation and R&D Center of Pioneer Electronics to please take stage.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Really excited to be here today. Thank you all for your time. And a very special thanks to JETRO for inviting Pioneer to present our story here. My name is Manish Pasin. I head the Pioneer India Innovation and R&D Center. And I am here to tell our story of how we recently started a new R&D initiative in India and how this very humble and recent beginning is already starting to show a lot of potential, and it can be a game changer for Pioneer in many ways, and how it's very encouraging for us, and we are doubling down in all our efforts as far as R&D initiatives in India are concerned. Let me start with talking about who we are, give you some context. Many people may not be aware of who Pioneer is and where we are coming from. Pioneer was founded in 1938, almost 87 years ago, so it's a very, very old company. It was founded by a gentleman called Nozomu Matsumoto, who actually designed the world's first dynamic high-fidelity speaker. So it started as an audio company. And then it really expanded and diversified from there into many areas, including home, audio, entertainment, TVs, CD players, DVD players back in those days, mobility, including car audio, entertainment, even professional solutions like DJ and so on and so forth. As you can see, it has stood the test of time. We've been around for 87 years. Underwent many, many transformations around the globe. Now, in our most recent transformation initiatives, we decided to aggressively expand in emerging markets, including our R&D, manufacturing, and business activities. And that's what brought us to India. About 2 years ago, our leadership decided to expand and set up an R&D facility in India, leveraging the local talent right here in Bangalore, of course, and across the length and breadth of India. And that's where the story of R&D initiative started for Pioneer. We've been, like I said, a very diversified company, but in the most recent transformation in the last few years, Pioneer really divested and shed many of its legacy home businesses, professional audio businesses, and so on, and really from a diversified company got laser focused on mobility as a segment. And our focus is to create now new mobility experiences for passenger cars, two-wheelers. Of course, if we are in India, we have to talk about two-wheelers, about commercial vehicles, even mobility enterprises like insurance, fleets, ride-sharing, anything that moves. We are doing some cutting-edge R&D work and delivering new experiences for that segment. So that's who we are now. That's why we exist, to bring about new mobility experiences to the world. Pioneer has not been a stranger to new experiences or bringing industry first. Just a quick look at our history. Back in 1975, I'm focusing just on the mobility segment. Pioneer was the first company who kind of developed the very first car stereo with a cassette player. Imagine, exactly 50 years ago. We did the world's first car CD player, the world's first GPS-based car navigation system, something that we are so used to nowadays. We did this back in 1990, and Pioneer was really the pioneer in this technology back then. Thank you so much. We did the world's first car audio product with an OLED display, also the first product with a touch screen, again, something that we are so used to now. Pioneer was doing this, 25 years ago. We did the first car navigation system with augmented reality. People, I'm sure now know what augmented reality can do, but back in those days, this was really a new thing. And last but not the least, we did the world's first Apple CarPlay integrated aftermarket system. Even before the car, automotive OEMs actually started to bring Apple CarPlay into cars, we were the ones bringing this in aftermarket solutions to the industry. So, and of course, the Pioneer India R&D initiative intends to carry that legacy forward. If I just quickly give you a sense of our how we are organized, you see our major business lines on this on the screen. On one side, we have two of our legacy businesses, which is our IVI and digital cockpit business that's also undergoing many new transformations now, and our sound business, kind of our more legacy and mature businesses that we do. And then on the right, you see mobility, AI, and automotive enterprise business, which is where we focused on new cutting-edge technologies, cameras, vision AI, telemetry, telematics, and also working with companies like insurance and fleet, bringing really new cutting-edge innovations to the market. Over the years, we've been proud to be associated with many global, and of course Japanese automotive brands, delivering OEM sound solutions as well as infotainment solutions to the market. Right? So this is who we are now. I will maybe switch topics a little bit and talk about what we are doing here in India, like why India, why Bangalore, right? If I give you a little bit of a landscape view, Pioneer, of course, has a very large R&D in its home market, which is Japan. We have a huge R&D base. Some very cutting-edge work has been happening there for many decades now. Some satellite R&D offices in US, Europe, and of course, very, very large manufacturing facilities in Japan, many other countries like Thailand, Vietnam, and so on and so forth. Just to give you a sense of the scale, we manufactured more than about 4 crore speakers last year, more than 1 crore infotainment systems. So that's, 1 crore cars getting installed with Pioneer systems in just 1 year, right? And amidst all this, when our leadership and our board decided to kind of globalize some of these efforts even further, India was kind of a natural choice and was on top of the list for various reasons. And I'll talk about those in my next slide, which is basically a reflection of our R&D strategy in India, really what we are doing. The first pillar, no prizes for guessing, is talent. Right? We are focused on the mobility segment. The car is a very complex technological machine. If I again put things in perspective, I don't know if you can guess the number of lines of source code from a software point of view that run in a modern technology car today. Maybe I'll share a number with you. It's about 100 million lines of source code. Do you know how many lines of source code a Boeing 787 Dreamliner has? Just about 17 million. So 6 times the software lines of code and complexity in a modern day car. Of course, that's just software. On a hardware side, many, some cars come with as many as 100 electronic control units and a very complex ecosystem of sensors and machines driving the entire experience. So whatever innovation we do, talent has to be on top of our mind, and there is no better place in India and actually the world. If you want to find world-class talent across the ecosystem, including hardware, embedded systems, software, user experience design, quality assurance, and the entire value chain. If one place comes to mind, that place is Bengaluru. So that's why we are here. That's the first strategic pillar that we have. The second is diversification. It's kind of closely related. Like I mentioned briefly earlier, we are also trying to expand into new age technologies. Mobility, AI is a core theme for us. So when we think of AI, we think of how we can bring more safety to the cars and motorbikes of tomorrow, leveraging cameras, sensors, vision AI, and in general, bringing an ecosystem of sensors together. And again, we intend to pursue those R&D activities in India and already doing so. Third, of course, is manufacturing. Again, the manufacturing ecosystem in India has been really encouraging, and the growth of it was kind of clear to our leadership globally. And if you're doing R&D in India, it makes sense to also expand our manufacturing base in India as well. Last but not the least, India is a big market, and we are excited to be participating and collaborating with many automotive OEMs in India and exploring many new opportunities. Right. Let me talk about just a few of our accomplishments so far. This R&D initiative started just about 1.5 years ago when our global group CEO, Yahara-san, visited India and announced, along with our global leadership team, that we are expanding here. Just in 18 months, we have been able to achieve some really cool things. And I'm not sharing these to market Pioneer, that's not the intention, but these are like proof points of really what potential we see and what Bengaluru and India as a whole offers to companies like Pioneer and other global companies. Right? When we started, we really started from ground zero. We started hiring a bunch of talented people, setting up R&D facilities right here in Bengaluru in Manyata Tech Park. We have a small R&D facility in Gurugram also, and started to think about really what we should do. And in line with our strategy, we initially started with cameras and vision AI to improve the safety and bring about efficiency in ecosystems like insurance for the automotive market. So you see a bunch of camera products here that we launched within the first 12 months of our setting up an office here. So you can imagine just setting up a facility, building up the team, driving the entire infrastructure ecosystem together, along with that building products and delivering. We're very proud of that achievement, and this is not just for the India market. As you can also see, we are proudly now selling some of these products in India, but at the same time, we have already started selling in Australia, New Zealand. Just next month, we are going to expand into the Middle East market, in some Southeast Asian markets like Malaysia, and in the next fiscal year, we are aiming for US and some more advanced markets with products designed, developed, and also, in some cases manufactured in India in this very, very short span of time. And along with that, we also, of course, leverage the best practices from our Japan R&D team. They've been doing this for many, many decades, much longer than us, to be honest, and we, of course, have a lot of things to learn from them. And we co-created some products with them for the Japan market, and these are also already selling and doing very well in the Japan market as well. So just one example of what we created so far. I'll keep going in the interest of time. There is, we are talking about India. Again, we cannot skip the two-wheeler segment. That's a very important mobility segment, of course. More than 2 crore two-wheelers, I think, sold in India just last year. And our endeavor is to really bring some new innovations to the two-wheeler industry, also bring similar driver assistant experiences that you get in the modern cars today, and of course at a price point that a two-wheeler owner can afford, and also the kind of experience that is needed for two-wheeler mobility. These are some of our offerings that we are working on as we speak, like a new innovative navigation and driver assistance solution for the two-wheeler market. I'm not at liberty to share names, but we are working with some really big industry players on this, and working to launch this again later this year. Our camera expertise and innovations will extend to the two-wheeler space as well. And we are doing this both from a business perspective in the aftermarket segment, as well as in the OE line fit segment also. And I would maybe take one example of our AI initiatives. The picture that you see on your screen is actually a very interesting initiative that we started recently. Our cameras, when they are installed in the car, can essentially detect or sense if there has been an accident and capture the footage of that accident, send it to our AI solution. What this AI solution would do is analyze that video, all automatic without any human intervention, analyze that video and really create a report of what happened, where it happened, how it happened, a minute by minute or a time-stamped journey of really how this accident happened, what was the root cause, which party was kind of at fault, and creates a very comprehensive report with, of course, a summary and recommendation. Now, you imagine if there is a global automotive insurance company which has maybe many millions or even hundreds of millions of subscribers in some cases, has to process thousands of claims every day. If they have to do this all manually, versus we simply leverage an AI solution and automate some of that, can bring a lot of operational efficiency to industries like those. So this is our enterprise, mobility enterprises work in the areas of insurance, fleets, ride sharing, and so on and so forth. With this, some of our OEM product initiatives are also taking shape. Again, some in the camera segment, some in connectivity and AI as well. We will have more announcements on these with some more concrete thoughts and numbers as we go along. And last but not the least, we we realize that we cannot do this all alone. Like, we need partners, we need an ecosystem of industry players, and it is the responsibility and mandate for this R&D team in India to also collaborate with both international global technology players and with technology and manufacturing partners in India to bring about these innovations. So these are just a couple of examples. We partnered with Microsoft in the area of AI. There is something called a Florence to Vision Foundation model. So this is what helps us analyze all the videos and images that we collect during our drive, and again use that to make drives safer and make industries more efficient. And then we are also working very closely with HERE Technologies, a very kind of a leader in the global navigation and map technology space, to bring about some very unique innovations for the India market, especially for the two-wheeler segment. These are all partnerships that we have announced in the last few months, among others. And last but not the least, our manufacturing and EMS partnerships. We don't have our own manufacturing base in India yet. Of course, that takes much longer to set up, but at the same time, we do realize the importance of Make in India. We are, you see some of the products on your screen where we are doing these products, designing in India, manufacturing in India, for India, and for global markets. And you see some examples there, right from US to Europe to Japan, and even the African Union. So lots of activities, very hectic, very, very exciting. 1.5 years it has been. And we are, as I come to a close, we are essentially co-creating the future of mobility in our own ways, leveraging the Indian ecosystem and the talent pool that is available here, and really doubling down on our R&D investments. It has been very encouraging. And before I end, I must say this is just the beginning for us. This is our story, and we are just getting started in India. And we really appreciate all the support that we get from organizations like JETRO and the entire ecosystem around us. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, and thank you for patient listening.
Thank you very much, Manish-san. Next, I request Mr. Torut Suruta, COO of Fujitsu Research of India Private Limited, to make his presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your introducing me. I'm Toru Tsuruta, CEO of Fujitsu Research of India. Next. This is agenda. First is FRI company overview. Next, R&D activities. First is company activity. I would like to start by showing Global Fujitsu Research Group. We are expanding R&D activities globally to strengthen capability in focusing technology areas. We have R&D subsidiaries in US, China, and Europe. Fujitsu Research of India was established on 2022 as the fourth R&D subsidiary of Fujitsu Research Group. This is background of establishment is strengthen software technology R&D capabilities in our 5 key technology areas. Purpose of establishment: first, accelerating joint research with Indian Research Institute. And second is continuously hire exceptional talent from India. Third is contribute to the resolution of global social issues through established cutting-edge technologies. Initially, FRIPL was founded with a focus on AI and quantum computing. Since then, the R&D area has continued to expand to processor, security, network, and Linux server. Therefore, our company currently has about 400 employees. We are growing rapidly with talented researchers in India and accelerating joint research with top Indian institutions like IIT, IISc, IIIT to tackle global challenges. This shows that India has become an important base for Fujitsu Limited to strengthen software technology R&D capabilities. Next, I explain the leveraging highly skilled talent in India. There are 3 points. The first is hiring outstanding talent. We place importance on hiring excellent heads. They have the ability to play an active role and wide range of fields, from recruitment to development of researchers and teams. Second is global career development. Once employees start their career at my company, career opportunities are open to them across all Fujitsu research worldwide. Between US and India, researchers' short-term exchange program has started. This program is planning to be expanded across the worldwide. The third is hiring from top universities. The method shown here used to achieve recruitment result. Lateral hiring comes from these companies, and campus hiring comes from IIT, IISc, IIIT. We are attracting students who aim at cutting-edge research and development. Next, my R&D activities. First is AI Lab. We are one of the global Fujitsu research group on AI research. It has a strength of 35 members, target outside Japan, largest outside Japan, with almost all of them from top-tier universities and global companies. It has filed 15 patents and published 20 papers in top AI conferences and journals. Members of the labs collaborate closely with top academic institutes in India and other global research team of Fujitsu Research in advancing the AI technologies. Our research work spans across multiple technology areas, which include point cloud, graph AI, temporal data learning, generative AI, multimodal, generative AI, etc. よいしょ。あれ？動かない。Okay, okay. We are also working to push the boundaries of generative AI. They innovated the log-based system by combining it with knowledge graph to come with industry-beating performance in several tasks using large language model. This includes question answer with text data, text and tabular data, text plus image data, etc. Oh, next, AI security. large language models are trained on vast amount of text from the internet. Since this data can sometimes include toxic or harmful content, it's important to align LLMs with human values. We do this by adding safeguards to prevent the model from generating harmful responses. However, in jailbreak mode, some users try to bypass these safeguards to make the model procedure dangerous or unethical content. For example, in normal mode, the model refuses to answer a harmful question. But in jailbreak mode, the model might be tricked into responding inappropriately. Our vision is to establish ourselves an innovation hub in AI security. We aim to build a scalable society framework that can adapt as AI technology evolves. We are taking a sophisticated approach to address AI jailbreakings, enhancing the security of AI systems against potential misuse. By making data-driven decisions, we strive to improve efficiency and achieve cost savings, positioning ourselves as leaders in the industry. Ultimately, this approach will give us a strong competitive advantage in the growing field of AI security. Next is quantum computing lab. It has a strength of 13 members with almost all of them from top-tier universities, include 4 PhDs. They are very diverse, young, and talented team. We are responsible for solving the important problem of improving accuracy degradation caused by errors. We are actively pursuing patent application and submission of papers. And regarding external collaboration, we are conducting joint research with universities, set up joint research agreement with IISc Bengaluru. Engaging with Government of India on few pathways for quantum ecosystem development. Last is Monaka Software R&D Unit. We introduced Fujitsu Monaka. It's a 2-nanometer ARM-based CPU designed especially for data centers to be delivered in 2027 fiscal year. I'm not going to go into the details of each features, but I would like to emphasize that this is being achieved with our 80 years of continuous contribution to HPC. Fujitsu Monaka is energy-efficient CPU with a heritage of HPC, delivering 4 key values on the right-hand side of the picture. Fujitsu Monaka's key features and goals are powered by a highly optimized software stack. We have contributed over 60 software enhancements to 10 OSS communities. As the software stack is open source based, our teams is contributing to multiple OSS communities to enhance and accelerate the ARM ecosystem. Also, Fujitsu has collaborated with other communities such other communities, such as UXL, ARM, and Linaro. We are dedicated towards to new research in the area of HPC AI as well. And in respect to this, we have signed on an MOU with Computational Data Science Department of IISc. With Fujitsu Monaka, we can solve numerous HPC AI problems for data centers and also contribute to the society by solving social issues and cutting down on carbon footprint. Therefore, the development of such compute infrastructures helps us to build a sustainable digital world. Finally, with such our rapid growth, we relocated our head office in January 2025, last month. We will continue to foster growth and expansion of our R&D Innovation Center in India. Thank you. Dhanyawad. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you, Tsuruta-san. Moving on to our next Research and Development Showcase, we have a presentation by Hitachi India, but due to unforeseen circumstances, Dr. Kingshuk Banerjee, Director and Head of R&D Center, Hitachi India, could not be here with us, and hence he has sent us a video now. Can we please play the video?
There used to be generators for hydropower and all. Majority of them, they used to come from Siemens, GE, from US, Germany, Europe, Karnataka. And here is our founder, Odaira-san. He had a burning desire to do something. I lead the Research and Development Center fundamental for Hitachi India, made in Japan. We are headquartered here in Bangalore, Karnataka. A spirit that I can fully resonate honor with. And privilege to share with you some of our interesting stuff that we are doing here in our... Hello, this is Kingshuk. I lead the Research and Development Center for Hitachi India, and we are headquartered here in Bangalore, Karnataka. It is an honor and privilege to share with you some of our interesting stuff that we are doing here in our R&D center and our plans and programs to expand in India. Hitachi in India is fully engaged and is expanding. Hitachi is founded in 1910, so it's a 100-year-old company. And this picture that you see here, the reason that I included here is this picture exactly embodies the spirit that I see across India every day, the spirit of innovation. In 1910, in Japan, there used to be generators for hydropower and all. Majority of them, they used to come from Siemens, GE, from US, Germany, Europe, all over. And here is our founder, Odaira-san. He had a burning desire to do something absolutely fundamental, transformative, made in Japan, for Japan, a spirit that I can fully resonate with when I see today's India. Hitachi is an $80 billion company, some 300,000 employees all over, and innovation centers and business across the world, US, Europe, Japan, China, here India, APAC, all over. But the most interesting thing, at the heart of all these $80 billion revenue operations, at least 4 to 5% every year of that revenue, we invest in R&D, the next generation innovation. It is my pleasure to inform that India plays a very key role in that next generation technology creation for Hitachi. Hitachi is in technology for more than 100 years, cutting edge technology. Initially, it was more about electrical engineering and stuff like that, then more about IT, the computer science, and of course, artificial intelligence today. It drives social innovation business today using data and technology big time. It is our mission is to create a sustainable society. Hitachi is in India since 1935. As you can see here, right from the table fan to train technologies to the fintech transformation, SBI, Hitachi Payments, we work very closely with State Bank of India for inclusiveness in Indian society. The railways, the energy, the power transmission. So it's been a journey indeed. So with 38,000 employee strength in India alone, I can only say and reiterate that we are fully committed to India's growth. The group companies that you see here all over India's map, and there in Bangalore, you can see a whole bunch of them. But of course, the laurel in the crown here is the R&D headquarters right across here in World Trade Center in Malleshwar. Hitachi R&D plays a key role in the global innovation network. As you see here, we have centers all over again. You know, in Japan, 3 of our centers, we have in Santa Clara, in Michigan, the Detroit, Michigan, the Auto Hub. We have a whole bunch in Europe, in China, Singapore, and of course here in India. And you see the India Center, we work very closely on artificial intelligence initiatives throughout the world, working hand in hand, in tandem with Santa Clara and the Europe and Japan, but big time on making things smarter, more intelligent, interconnected, and instrumented. The India Center takes special pride in bringing the latest and greatest of digital technology that's embedded in the devices. And we plan to expand and impact more of our clients here in India using our native capabilities. So there is a plan for significant expansion, and that expansion is fueled by 2 important drivers. One is the global support, global engineering support for other R&D centers, working very closely with them. And of course, the local business, our own business, very dear to our heart. Energy, mobility, from wildfire prediction right up to the fleet optimization at the city level, at the enterprise level, the battery operations, the energy grid, the microgrids that are coming up more and more going forward, the railway signaling systems, we tend to create a positive impact. For example, if you see here, there is a smart city program that we are working on, and it is based on augmented reality, virtual reality. You can look at every nook and corner of the city or of a building or of a complex, sitting basically leveraging your handheld. You can zoom in and you can see what's going on. That is one-way reporting. The other part of it, how do you go and impact that corner turning on a certain device remotely? So that is the two-way impact, which is something extremely helpful using technologies like metaverse. We are already using it in some of our plants in Japan, and we are trying to bring it over here and then cross-leverage it in other industries. So the corporate social responsibility, as you see here, we are fully committed to it, and we plan to continue it and expand it further, no questions asked. It is our responsibility to Indian society. Industry academia partnerships is the other one, where we do a lot of stuff. All the universities, we could not list all of them because of the real estate space problem, but the truth is that we work with a huge spectrum of Indian universities here for the next generation. Thank you very much. I hope that we get to continue working in a big way in Karnataka with your government, and we absolutely stay committed to the growth and development here in India. We believe the social innovation is for good, and we want to power that good. Thank you.
So this was our last R&D showcase. But now, as a final talk, we would like to introduce everyone to the Organization for Small and Medium Enterprises and Regional Innovation of Japan, SMRJ. I request Mr. Satoshi Uchida, Director of Marketing Support Department of SMRJ Japan, to kindly speak.
So thank you very much for inviting Karnataka Investment Karnataka's 2025 Japan sessions. I am Uchida's Director of Matching Support Divisions from SMRJ. SMRJ is a Japanese government organization. So today, I would like to introduce variables program for the Karnataka company to enhance the business development. We receive many consultations from companies who wish to expanding into Karnataka. In order to support the Japanese company expanding into Karnataka, we create business sheets and opportunities to achieve the investment and expansions. We introduce a CEO business meeting for the Karnataka companies. I will explain the outlines of the SMRJ briefly. So SMRJ has been supporting 3.5 million SMEs as a Japanese government organizations. SMRJ has 15 locations throughout Japan, including the venture facilities. SMRJ conduct comprehensive support for the SME in Japan. So this is our support menus. We raise and run the fund for the startup. Currently, SMRJ invests in approximately 10,000 companies towards the venture capitals. 20% of the IPO companies in Japan are invested by SMRJs. So, and SMRJ has 29 incubation facilities around many universities in Japan. SMRJ is the largest startup support organization in Japan. We provide support for the sales channel and overseas expansions. Currently, we are supporting 13,000 companies for the market development and 10,000 companies for the overseas expansions. Next, I would like to focus on the CEO business meeting for the Karnataka companies. So this is an overview of the CEO business meetings. The purpose of the meeting is to create new value and business development. The meeting focuses on collaboration of the creating new product and service, establish on joint ventures and technical cooperations, not only on buying and selling the merchandise. I explain the result of the CEO business meeting at the bottom of this page. 2023, we arranged 642 business meetings. Last year's 2024, we arranged 1,000 business meetings. And this year, 2025, we are going to make 3,000 business meetings. Rate of successfully meeting is 86%. Those are high level and high quality business meetings. Why can we achieve the result? The key point is that those business meetings start with overseas company registering their needs. SMRJ will search for the most suitable Japanese companies. Then SMRJ arrange the business meetings. So this is the target of the participants. The first one, the trading companies. They are smoothing the collaboration of the business development between the Karnataka and Japan. Second one, a company seeking distributor agreement with the Japanese companies. Third one, a company interested in product development with the Japanese technologies. Fourth one, a company interested in adding values like business development and technical collaborations. So fifth one, a company seeking to establish joint ventures with Japanese companies. So large company and startup are also welcome to participate. Karnataka company only wish to sell to Japan are not eligible to participate in the CEO business meetings. So this is a benefit of the CEO business meetings. First one, Karnataka company can register their needs. SMRJ find suitable partners. Second one, Karnataka company can make negotiations directly with the decision maker of the Japanese companies. Third one, all participating Japanese companies are carefully selected by SMRJ as the Japanese government organizations. So overseas company, Karnataka company can have smooth negotiations. Fifth one, SMRJ provide interpreting service. Fifth one, we conduct business meetings on face-to-face and online. In these programs, if Karnataka companies have scheduled many business meetings with Japanese company, example 10 to 15 business meetings, SMRJ covers expense of the travel to Japan and provide accommodation fees for the Karnataka companies. Last one, for the overseas company and counterpart organizations like government Karnataka's, all Chamber of Commerce in Karnataka's, and VCIC, Bengal Chamber of Industry and Commerce, there is no cost to participate in these programs. So this is the schedule of the CEO business meeting 2025. We conduct two types of the CEO business meetings. One is a sector's CEO business meeting. The other is a bilateral country CEO business meetings. In the sector's CEO business meetings, overseas companies from all over the world participate. First one, upper line, is an innovative industry CEO business meeting be held in the next June. The target sector is aerospace, defense, robotics, industrial machines, ITs, AI, factory automation, EV sectors. Second one, we hold medical CEO business meeting be held in next August. Third one, we hold Ecotech CEO business meeting be held in October. The target sector of the Ecotech CEO business meeting is new energies, energy-saving machines, and the new material, urban development, and decarbonization sectors. This year, Japanese government is going to conduct Osaka Kansai Expo, the great exhibition of the world of the industries of all nations from April to October. We conduct the CEO business meeting on face-to-face in Osaka region and also the online each meetings. During the expo, we are going to invite many Karnataka companies to Japan by our budget. So this is a summary of the bilateral CEO business meeting with VCIC be held in on October this year. 36 companies participated by recommending of the VCIC, and the SMRJ arranged 120 business meeting with 76 Japanese companies. We invite Bengaluru company who wish to make a collaboration with the Japanese company to Japan's business meeting be held in Tokyo and online. Those meetings create many deals. So I would like to upcoming event of the Karnataka companies. Next, I will implement the Karnataka CEO business meeting from May 19th in Osaka regions. 12 companies in semiconductors, industrial equipment, robotics sectors from Karnataka's recommendings by VCICs will be participating in the CEO business meeting. And also, we will conduct innovative CEO business meeting from the end of June in Osaka. Now, 14 companies in aerospace sectors from Karnataka will participate in the CEO business meeting, and another 10 Indian companies in aerospace sectors join the meetings. We are looking for the participants of Karnataka companies in the CEO business meeting be held in this year. I would like to explain how to apply for the CEO business meetings. So we are currently recruiting for the holding the 3 business meetings, innovative, ecotech, medicals. Applicants are required to submit application forms. Deadline for the application form for the innovative CEO business meeting is end of this February. Medical CEO business meeting is end of March, and the ecotech CEO business meeting end of May. There is no cost to join the CEO business meeting. During the expo, SMRJ conduct 10,000 business matching as a Japanese organization. We are going to invite many Karnataka companies to Japan for the business matchings by our budget. If you are interested in the participating, please contact VCIC or SMRJ at the contact information below. We will send you everybody's application forms immediately. And also, SMRJ and VCIC have plans of delegation to Japan for the CEO business meeting during the expo around this August. Participants can enjoy the business meeting and visit the expo. We, SMRJ, provides expo ticket for the participant of the CEO business meetings. Before long, SMRJ and VCIC will hold the seminars, expo delegations. The target audience of these seminars is all chambers of commerce in Karnataka and all related associations in Karnataka, then Karnataka companies. Thank you for listening to the explanations of the SMRJ support menu. We hope those projects will deepen the economic exchange between Karnataka and Japan. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Uchida-san. Lastly, I would request Mr. Toshihiro Mizutani to kindly give the closing remarks.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your participation in Japan session today. I'm Mizutani Toshihiro of JETRO, Japan External Trade Organization. I would like to thank His Excellency Mr. Ono Keiichi, Ambassador of Japan to India and Bhutan, Mr. Manish Basim, Vice President of Pioneer Electronics, Mr. Tsuruta Toru, COO, Fujitsu Research of India, Mr. Kingshak Banerjee, Director and Head of R&D Center, Hitachi India, and Mr. Uchida Satoshi, Director of SMRJ Japan. We would like to thank especially for 3 Japanese companies to explain each of their cutting-edge initiatives in India. I believe it's becoming a very fruitful session for participants who came here today, and I hope you could learn about the latest developments of Japanese companies' R&D function in India. As you know, a lot of Japanese companies are currently expanding investment to India to acquire India's powerful market. At present, the automobile and motorcycle sectors are the main driving force for Japanese companies' business expansions. For example, TKM, Toyota Kirloskar Motor, is currently setting up for a 3rd factory in Bidadi area, and also TKM announced to build 4th factory in Maharashtra state last year. Based on those investments done by Japanese manufacturing sectors, we can also see a clear trend of building up new R&D base in Karnataka, and new GCC policy announced by state government last November is accelerating those trends. Bangalore boasts India's biggest innovation hub and accounts for 40% whole India's IT exports. In addition, 40% of India's unicorns are Bangalore-based, and 47% of startup funds raised in India come from Bangalore area. Under these backgrounds, Bangalore is becoming #1 source of IT engineers among India and attracting a lot of international companies. I believe Bangalore will continue to be the most attractive and highly competitive place for Japanese companies looking for further cutting-edge innovations. With such a good momentum for Japanese companies, JETRO would like to continue to support business activities for Japanese companies in India. Specifically, as Japanese government organizations, we would like to encourage Japanese companies' activities like creating more business networking opportunities between India and Japan, and also we would like to provide support and always be company's side when some issues or problems happens in Japanese companies. Again, we appreciate your participation today. Now it concludes Japan session today. Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。
Thank you, everybody. This brings us to the end of the session today. Thank you for being such a kind audience. Have a great evening ahead. Thank you.
you.